We're telling a Boba story that went forward, yet it flashed back to answer all our burning questions and fill in what happened to Boba.
It was the image of Boba Fett that inspired the whole thing.
Tamara Morrison is such a remarkable actor.
Wearing that armor gives you a sense of power.
John and I decided Fennec could play a really big role in this. Plus, she's a huge Star Wars fan.
I got to ride a bantha.
We were trying to create a fight style.
I can't believe I didn't faint that day.
And you felt like you were like at a space zoo.
It's all part of making this feel like one big connected galaxy.
It was just massive.
Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy father and son.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Hello there, Space Wizards, Plastic Spacemen, and Rebel Princesses. This is Todd Hoffman and Trent Hoffman, and you're listening to Big T and Little T, a Star Wars podcast. Welcome to episode 101. Today, we're going to be talking about the Disney Gallery, the Book of Boba Fett. But we got a lot to get to before that. It's been a crazy couple days, but that's okay. In Star Wars land, that is fine. So, we've been, Trent and I have been streaming a little bit. So definitely check that out on Twitch. We've been doing some Rocket League, played some Madden, doing all that fun stuff, which is great. Super fun. And we definitely hope that you enjoyed May the 4th. So we had two big surprises that day. Well, one was announced, and that's what we're going to talk about today. The Disney Gallery Book of Boba Fett, little behind the scenes look of Boba Fett. But then also, we got a Kenobi trailer, and they call it the official trailer, but really it's just a teaser trailer part 2. Usually in the official trailer, they kind of give away some story elements and stuff like this. Nah, couple rehash of some scenes and all that fun stuff. But before we get into that, because that was super exciting, I hope you had a great May the 4th. Trent, I had to take Trent to school. Actually, Ellie was a little sick, so she had to stay home. So we took Trent to school. I was like, "Hey man, let's grab some helmets." So we got a clone trooper and an Imperial trooper. And I'm just like, hey man, we got to roll up. So we waited in line and was blasting some Star Wars music, and he had the biggest smile on his face. It was awesome. And all the teachers were like, what's going on? I'm like, come on, it's Star Wars Day. So it was a lot of fun doing that. So got to do that, which is great. And then I did a troop. It was the first troop of the year, and it was a blast. I had to do some major repairs on... Yes, my crotch. The armor. I basically at C2E2 last year in December. Toward the end of the day, I was in the suit probably 8 hours or probably more, and I don't know. Someone was poking me in the inner thigh, and once I took it off, somehow the plastic like ripped, and it was poking me and all this fun stuff. So I had to do some major repairs. So I did that Tuesday and Wednesday Monday and Tuesday to get prepared for Wednesday, and so got that all fixed. It was pretty bad, so but I got it. It's good. It's in good shape, but definitely soon I think I'm going to change the armor to a Sandy, which a Sandy is a sand trooper. But you know, the cool kids call it a Sandy, and because I think I'm 5 years with that kit, so it's seen some good times, and so I think it's time to kind of rough it up a little bit more. There's a lot more cracks that I like to admit, and to keep it more pristine is harder. But if I make it dirty, and it doesn't matter if it gets a little cracked or even more, that would be awesome. So I got a lot of projects in the works, and I need to get them finished. So I got to make the heavy weapon pack that I've been trying to do for like the last 2-3 years. Gonna do that, and then save up money to get a sandy pack. But and I got that patrol trooper that I'm working on as well. A lot of things in flight, but I'm gonna get it done. I promise. I'm gonna try to get at least one done. But yeah, that's been super fun. So we did this Costco trip. It was at a local Costco and raised over $500, which is super awesome for the Children's Hospital Network. And just we had 3 stormtroopers, a TIE fighter pilot, and a mud trooper, and R2, and a IG 88 model, 3D printed model. It was cool. So we had a great time. Took a lot of pictures. My mom and dad came out. It was fun. And then came back from that. Picked up Trent again. Had to put the helmet on, blasted Star Wars music, and he thought that was awesome. And yeah, it was great. And then so we had to watch the Obi-Wan trailer. So let's talk about this. Again, not terribly long. It is super, super short, and I don't know why, but that's okay. I mean, we're 22 days out from this recording. When you get this, it'll be 21, 3 weeks away. That is plenty. I mean, you don't think you need enough, but you get some more, and it's fantastic. So let's just kind of walk through it real quick. There is a lot to discuss, even though it's like only a minute and some change. So again, we get this we got lots of starships, this kind of cool like speeder going to Dayu. That's what I'm going to pronounce it. It's Blade Runner planet. It's got that Hong Kong kind of wet looking feeling, and it's great. And so we get a nice little downward shot of that, which is awesome. Love that. Let's see. We got boss mode. We got the Inquisitor ship. This could be Tatooine. I'm pretty sure it's Mos Eisley or one of those two. We got the fifth brother. We got the third sister, and we got the Grand Inquisitor just strolling on, downtown Mos Eisley with their black on. They don't care. It's super hot. They're bad. They're looking awesome. Great shot there. Kind of wide shot there. That was cool. Let's see what else we got here. Next kind of shot, we get a rehash shot of the binoculars and looking at Obi-Wan. Yeah, we know, man. We know. Hey, man, we don't want unseen footage. Then we got Mr. Grumpy Pants, Owen, Lars coming into it. Like, hey, Obi-Wan's like, I need to train this boy when he gets older. And then he just stabs Obi-Wan right in the kidneys and says, like you did his father. Oof. Oh, news is just bad news. So that is kind of, I kind of like how Lars is like a practical straight shooter, but he is kind of depressing. So whatever, it's all good. Lars, we love you. It's fine. It's fine. Then we got some Imperials and we got some Grand Inquisitors looking at a map. Hey man, anything Imperial is great. We got this kind of cool map looking thing. They're at this like Microsoft table. It's with this heads up display, and they're all looking at the map. I can't tell if it's like Tendril's sister, I'm just gonna call her, that's standing next to the third sister, but I'm pretty sure that's Tendril's sister. I'm just gonna call her that. Then we get something like seeing as the Empire, probe droids. We got some probe droids, which is kind of cool, blasting out of the Inquisitorius, which is awesome. Then we get the Obi-Wan mugshot on the display. Ooh, it's so good. It's so good. He looks so good too. It's like a Revenge of the Sith like photo shot, like what they do like for a studio shot. Oh, that's so good. The Arboresh translated Wanted is like the first one. Red, and then it says Obi-Wan Kenobi under that. And then there's like offense, high treason, bounty upon capture. I mean, Straight up right there, brother. That is so cool. I love the council too. Gosh, so cool. So cool. Then we get this kind of cool shot. I want every bounty hunter and lowlife to squeeze them is the line. It's right after the mugshot. You'll blink and miss it, but this is what we do for Star Wars fans here. Yo, that is 4-LOM, and I am in for love for 4-LOM. I wonder what he's going to sound like, what he's going to look like. It's kind of the same thing that they did with Mandalorian with IG-11, and we never got to see IG-88 except he turned his head. In IG-11, we got to see him move, and it was just like, it was kind of like living vicariously through like, oh, this is how IG would really be. But this is 4-LOM, man, and it's gonna be awesome. And he's got these kind of like light up eyes or something. Ugh. Yes, please, more. Okay, guys. Super shiny floor with like troopers and all that fun stuff. But yo, Jedi Fallen Order, if you haven't played that, go check out our last episode 265 on WSTR. Aaron and myself talk about Jedi Fallen Order, and we kind of hinted like, could we see Purge Troopers? Yo, Purge Troopers, yo. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's so cool. It's so cool. I'm all for Purge Troopers. That's going to be great. Then there's like this. There's a couple of stormtroopers down. And he wrestles a stormtrooper. He's got a blaster, and he looks a little roughed up. But there is a downed probe droid right by Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I don't know if the probe droid found him, and then the troopers came on him. Who knows? But it ain't looking good. Then we get the one shot, a very sad shot of Kumal. I think that not Najina. Yeah, he definitely is a Jedi of some sort. Maybe he tips off Obi-Wan. Something's else going on. Who knows? Then we get like this kind of cute little droid looking thing. Kind of's got some batteries not included. That is a deep cut, 80s cut, Spielberg, Frank Marshall, Kathleen Kennedy produced it, just saying that right there. Then we got third sister, Reva. I'm sure it would get cleared up in Obi-Wan trailer or Obi-Wan series. You can't escape them. I'm wondering if she's talking about the Grand Inquisitor or our boy Darth Vader. Who knows? Then we get this cool shot of T2 just like he's getting assembled Darth Vader. We get the robot arm on the flesh arm. Yikes. I wonder if there's some gnarly stuff here. Like the chest plate is like getting inside of him and stuff. The Empire, it was kind of interesting when they're putting Anakin into Darth Vader. I mean, he's still freshly charred, and they're just kind of moving skin and just like getting things together, and they don't really care what's going on, which is kind of evident still here. And then we get the kind of cool shot of Ewan, a little bit more ragged looking, and he figures out that it's Darth Vader or Anakin's Darth Vader or something like that. I don't know. It was pretty cool. It was awesome. Okay. So there you have it. The Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer. May the 4th. If you can't remember, last year we did get two amazing episodes of Bad Batch, which was fantastic. This was super cool. I wasn't expecting an Obi-Wan trailer, but it was awesome. I'm good. I got my Obi-Wan fill. I was definitely pumped after that 1 minute or so. I'm like, yes. And Trent was too. We're super excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time kind of reviewing that. And we get the 3 weeks. Hooray! That is awesome. So, let us go right to the main topic, which is the Disney Gallery, the Book of Boba Fett. So, again, I've been listening to Pod for a while. Love me some Boba Fett. Boba Fett is the jam. But the Book of Boba Fett, the quality was just all over the place. It was like, and I think it was really the story for me more than it's the execution of the story. Like, I totally get it. And John even says it in this Disney Gallery. Like, if you have somebody that's on the edge and doesn't have some kind of hero's journey, it becomes kind of boring. So I totally get that. Like, he's like redefining himself, and I totally get that. But there's just certain parts, like, you know, the Sarlacc pit being like 5 seconds, the weird biker gang space Vespas was weird. And then obviously like almost 2 episodes of no Boba in the Book of Boba Fett was also weird. But also that was probably one of the best episodes of Star Wars ever. So yeah, it's a mixed bag for me for Book of Boba Fett. And I totally get it. It's the same thing with The Rise of Skywalker. I do not like The Rise of Skywalker at all. I don't like it. But I also understand that there's a bunch of people that put in their heart and worked really hard on it. And I totally get that. I don't want to discredit that. And the same thing applies here. Like, knowing what they did and how they executed it, and especially in a COVID kind of time, it's pretty amazing. But I think also it's just falls a little short for me. But here we go, Disney Gallery, get to see some behind the scenes, and it really just takes you through the whole season and how they came up with things. And overall, I did enjoy it. It was fun. There's that one part right at the beginning where like Tamora Morrison is like taking the helmet of Boba Fett and like leans it just like Jango, or like Boba did in Attack of Clones. Now he's Boba, and even George throwing in like a little thing to Kathleen Kennedy, like, hey, I casted this guy for Jango and he should play Boba if you're gonna do Boba. And I think that's fantastic. It's so George, and it's like, yeah, you should totally do this again. Yeah. And so, yeah, so we have just different bits, and they kind of go into behind the scenes, which is always good. It's always good to see behind the scenes stuff and how they do this, you know, and they talk about Fennec, and they talk about Tamora Morrison, and how, you know, and, you know, like, we kind of knew it was, you know, like the train sequence was like Lawrence of Arabia, and yep, there it was. And we're like, yes, that's great. And all these different things were kind of like vindicated as far as like what they did and how they shot it. You know, and the sand monster that Robert Rodriguez, like, that was his little nod to all the, you know, all the previous or like special effects guys, like Larry, what's his name, Hausman or something, where, you know, stop motion, and, you know, they show him do like his own little movies, and it's so cool. It's awesome. You got, you know, and then you got like Tamora Morrison and him like jamming a guitar, and it's like, yeah, you know, and even Yoda, the baby Grogu's playing a little guitar. It's like, great. This is great. This is all great. But yeah, it's just like there were some cool little bits that were there. One of the things that is really interesting about it is just like, you know, how Tamora Morrison like played off on it, and they talk even about that like tribal dance was something that wasn't really in the script, but then they worked on doing the dance and working with the stunt quarters, and that's one of my favorite scenes, like the whole series. And then, you know, they have talk about the Rancor, and like it was a big head, and how they made it a huge puppet, and like it was cool just seeing that and how they digitally merged the two. And it's like, okay, this is cool. I like it. And you talk about Chris Santon and Carrie Jones and just like the legacy effect stuff they did do. And then you talk about Cad Bane and the hat and getting the hat right and the look, and how they did the thing, you know, do his prosthetics and all this stuff. And And you just get all these little bits from the actors, and you can tell they're super passionate about it, and it's so cool. And just seeing all the different props that they use. One of the things that Dave Filoni talks about is like, yeah, we had this Ithorian, and we see the Hammerhead and A New Hope, so iconic, and we ran the same thing in Clone Wars. We had to come up with like a voice box because again, you can't understand them, and then they make this puppet, and there he is. He has the voice box, and he's like, it's just so cool. It's like a connected universe. And again, we even see that also in Bad Batch too. One of the Thorians has a voice box so you can hear him, and that's super cool. Totally get it. It's awesome. Trying to think of other things that were really, really cool. I mean, I think the biggest surprise for me is the Luke episode is Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill himself is there filming, and they have Graham Hamilton, who's like serves as the stand-in and body double for Hamill, and so they like merge him and them together, and then do the deep then add the deep fake sprinkles on top, and you get an amazing Luke Skywalker. And it's pretty cool that they shot both of those. And Plo Koon, once again, that was the script. If you watch the Mando behind the scenes, where is it Peyton Reed or whoever, Ant-Man director guy, he didn't even know, he's like, Plo Koon, okay, well, I guess he's coming back or whatever. And again, that is Dave's favorite character in Star Wars. And yeah, it wasn't Plo Koon, it was Luke Skywalker that came back. And Peyton Reed's like, oh my gosh. Same thing with Rosario Dawson. She is getting suited up for Ahsoka. She's going to ask all her questions on day one, and there is Mark Hamill there for her. I mean, that must have been like such a surreal thing and such a cool fan moment. So as an actor, but also as a fan, that was another cool thing, that, Fennec Shand, Ming was like, she was geeking out and stuff, and then she was talking about the bantha, and they basically had like a full-blown hydraulic bantha, and I was like, yeah, this is cool, this is awesome. So yeah, if you're really into behind the scenes stuff, definitely give it a watch. It's so worth it. And I think, again, they definitely take care and craft, and we are in good hands with Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. We are. It's going to be great. I think it's just, there's just some missteps that I wish they could have done execute a little bit better. But yeah, I definitely, is there a season 2? Maybe. I don't know. It could be. There's definitely more story to tell. I definitely liked how they talked about, what they set for Mando really helped really greenlight Boba, which is so true. I just wish they, yeah, there's a lot there, but this Disney gallery is super fun and definitely well worth it. With even the Mando gallery too, it would be cool if they did almost 15 minutes for like each episode, but they don't. They kind of just combine it all in one, which is fine. It's a good hour of just like them going through the different stuff, and I think that's where it's fun, just seeing how the sausage is made, man. It's just great sometimes. Like, this is so cool. And, you have Doug Chang on there talking about how he, retro the X-Wing to the N1 Starfighter, and then he gets to fly in a Starfighter, and what a cool, surreal moment for him. And you could tell, I mean, George is just sprinkling all this stuff, and I think it's him, or maybe it's Dave. He's like, we have a lot of great Jedis working on this, this series, and I think that gives me, as a fan, that gives me such comfort, and it's gonna be super, super cool. So again, there you go. Really recommend the behind the scenes Disney Gallery Book of Boba Fett. Okay, so we're going to continue our what happened when, if you will. Like, so we started this a couple of weeks ago, and now we're in 101, so we're doing 2001. So it's like a bridge year between, okay, Phantom Menace is already gone. Now it's time for Attack of Clones coming up, and let's see what's happening here. Okay, so there is not too much happening in January, which is fine. That's okay. Lots of stuff is being published. Star Wars Starfighter is released. Awesome. That is a cool game. That was released in February. Let's see. Oh, Star Wars Episode 1 Battle of Naboo released for the PC, which I find interesting. Like, console stuff got first, but then they finally released it in PC. We got definitely some more Dark Horse comics being published. We're already at Star Wars Insider 53 by April, which is great. Let's see. Oh, okay. Star Wars Infinite, A New Hope is May in 2001. Star Wars Infinities, Infinities? Oh my gosh. Infinities and Infinites is really their what if scenario. Like, what happens if Luke didn't hit the Death Star and blow it up and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. It's actually a very fun comic. And it's like Leia taking the reins instead of Luke. It's super enjoyable. I like it. Check it out if you haven't. It's probably in trade bag by now. Okay. No buzz going on. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. So we keep on going here. Let's see. Okay. September 14th. Nintendo GameCube is launched. I remember that day very vividly. Going to Best Buy in Matson and picking up me a GameCube and picking up me Rogue Squadron 2. Oh my gosh, that was such a great game. Why doesn't it have it on here, guys? Jeez, what are you slacking, I tell you. That is such a great game. Tags and Binks Are Dead, published in October. Tags and Binks is great. There's a little bit in Solo, but then they don't show them. It's very sad. I don't know why, but whatever. The new Jedi Order Star by Star is published. Yes, that is a great book. That's in October, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that one. Oof. Yeah, that one is cool. October 2001. Oh boy, that was a great book. A really great book. I think that's when, spoiler alert, I think that's when Mara Jade dies. Yeah, that is a great book. So, so they're saying November, Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader is published in November. I'm wondering if that's a Japanese release then in October. Because it was a day one release. I remember that. So, okay, well, I might have to do some research on that. But yeah, there you have it. Lots of cool stuff in 2001. Good stuff. Yeah. And then next year, again, that's the other thing that happened. Celebration 2 has been 20 years. Oh my gosh. That happened on May 3rd as well. Man, that was a game changer for me. Like, if there's really two big events, like from a Star Wars journey, it's definitely the 1-2 is Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire is my number one. That just had me committed to Star Wars after that. It's like, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm reading these books. They're amazing, and you should read them too. And I told everybody, I'm like, you need to read these. But they're like, oh, those movies are dead, whatever. I don't care. I love these books, and Timothy Zahn is a great writer. But really, the second kind of like that just sold me over the top was going to Celebration in Indianapolis and just seeing other people that like Star Wars just as much as me, or probably even more at that point. But I was sold. And that was the first time, too, I saw the 501st. I remember waiting in line to get into the convention, and they were taking a group photo, probably day 2 or something like that. And that shook me. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I saw a couple troopers there, but seeing them all, I'm like, I have to do that. I have to do that. And like, that journey for me going from like 2002 to like 2016, it's a long journey, but getting in 2016 was a really cool dream, a really cool goal for me. So yeah, those are definitely 1, 2. But yeah, Celebration 2 was 20 years ago. And so if you listen to episode 100, go check that out with Jordan. We just had, it was such cool kind of reminiscing about that. And check out our post. We posted a bunch of pictures a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But there you go. I think that's it. That's it, I think. Oh, yeah, I forgot, like, our nightcap for May the 4th. Oh, my gosh. Rogue One. Had to watch Rogue One. So Trent and I sat down and watched Rogue One. It was great. It was fantastic. It was a good nightcap for Star Wars Day. So, yeah, it was awesome. Okay, yeah. So that's episode 101. Hey, you can find us on the socials. Big T, Little T on Instagram. BLIT Podcast on the old Twitter. And twitch.tv/Big T, Little T. Find us on Twitch. Please subscribe and watch us. It would be great. We're going to get back to Lego Star Wars and finish through that. I mean, well, not really finish, but play some more of that. Hey, and if you left us a message last week, totally appreciate it. We'd love to hear from you. We'll throw you a sticker. You can do that either through email, bigtlittlepodcast@gmail.com, or if you want to leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you leave your reviews, send us a screenshot and we'll definitely throw some swag in your face. Next week, some Star Wars. I think we're going to be talking about Attack of Clones. I'm not 100% sure. I have to look at my schedule, but yeah, it's almost Attack of Clones time. It's 20 years till Attack of Clones. That's crazy. But yeah, coming up soon. For all those mothers out there, happy Mother's Day to everybody. And to the best space mom, Jennifer, thank you so much for allowing me to do all this crazy stuff, and Trent and I and Ellie and all that fun stuff, and Jordan too, a little bit. But yeah, I totally appreciate you. Thank you so much. You are the best. You're my rock. But happy Mother's Day to all the space moms out there. We appreciate you. Now, truly wonderful, the mind of the child is, and may the Force be with you always. Bye, 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 bye. We'll see you later. Bye.
Stay hidden, or we will not survive.
Leave us alone.
When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father? You still want Kenobi? He's gone.
Maybe you've been looking in the wrong places. I want every lowlife and bounty hunter to squeeze him. You can't run, Obi-Wan! You can't escape him!
Hello there. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2.